FSB. FSB.
Good afternoon, everybody, and a very warm welcome to this Federation of Small Businesses webinar, which we're hosting in conjunction with Constant Contact. And it's on the theme of artificial intelligence magic and how to transform your marketing the easy way. I'll shortly be joined by Stephanie Alfonso, all the way from America, live. And Stephanie is the Senior Director of Vertical Innovation at Constant Contact. So in a moment, you'll be treated to a presentation where you'll learn about how to unlock the power of artificial intelligence, or AI, to revolutionise your marketing strategy. You'll discover how AI can streamline your campaigns, enhance customer engagement, and boost your results with minimal effort. And after this session, we're hoping, and I'm sure you will, be able to use AI to create content for email, text, and social media, adopt best practices to keep authenticity in your brand, and use new tools to make your life easier and help you to stand out from the competition. So I'll hand over in a minute to Stephanie, but just to let you know, today's session is being recorded and will be made available on our on-demand pages on the FSB website, fsb.org.uk. So in case you need to watch it again or just recap on some of the points made, it will be there. I should also just say that if you're not yet a member of the Federation of Small Businesses, we'd love to have the opportunity to have the conversation with you about how we can support, protect, and save money for your business. Have a look at our website, fsb.org.uk, book an appointment with our membership advisors, or by all means, just drop me an email, michael.goodall@fsb.org.uk. That's the adverts over. I will now hand over to Stephanie for her presentation, and please do use the Q&A function to drop any questions you have in there, and we'll cover off as much as we can within the time available. Thank you very much for joining.
Well, hello, and thank you so much, Mike, for that introduction. Hello, everyone. I am so thrilled to be with you all here today. Yes, I'm quite a ways away. I am in Tampa, Florida, but just thankful to be able to come here, represent Constant Contact, and talk about a subject that has been on everybody's mind, and that is AI. I like to call it AI magic because when we're leveraging it, it certainly feels like magic with all of the time and effort and everything that it can do to help us to be stronger and faster and more efficient. So my class here today is going to talk to you about just that. So a little bit about me, who I am and where I come from. Again, thank you, Mike, for introducing me. I am the Senior Director of Vertical Innovation at Constant Contact, which simply means that I get to focus on how specific industries can leverage Constant Contact and how Constant Contact can actually cater our education, our product, to make sure that we're serving the needs of each vertical independently, and specifically so that we can make sure that that we are going to meet you exactly where you are. I'll go back just a little bit more. A little bit about me, background. I have been in the real estate industry for well over a decade. That is my vertical of expertise, primarily simply because of my longevity in the industry. And I came to Constant Contact in January. So excited. It really has been a dream come true for me to be able to even to the real estate space, as we call it in the US. I believe we just call it estate planning or representation in the UK. I'm not sure, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But really, when it comes down to it, real estate in particular is small businesses. Over 90% of real estate companies are considered small business. And so taking that and then also have running a small business for many years myself, it has been just an opportunity of a lifetime for me to do it under the umbrella of Constant Contact, which truly has the heartbeat of what is small business. and that is relationship building. That is communication. That is the cornerstone of everything that a small business encompasses. So I live in Tampa, Florida. I have 4 grown kids, and I just had my first grandchild. So it is a very sweet life, and I'm very excited about it. In the United States, tomorrow is Thanksgiving. I have been able to have my grandbaby here with us, so it has been absolutely wonderful. So that is me as a human. But let's go ahead and dive into our class. I want to encourage you all, stay interactive. In that chat box, we are checking for questions. I have been doing online classes long enough to know myself. I will not keep checking it or I'll get derailed and we'll be here all day long. But we have plenty of folks here to make sure that we're answering questions. And we will do that every few slides. I'll go ahead and check that. Also, stay tuned, look in your email. We are always providing great additional content and ways for you to be able to connect with us more specifically. So definitely keep an eye out for that. And go follow us on social media. That's my shameless plug at Constant Contact. We'd love to keep this education and this motivation going. So what are we going to talk about here today? When it comes to artificial intelligence, we're going to talk about how AI is going to power your business when it comes to content creation for email, for social media, for SMS or text message marketing. How can we maximize impact and engagement, branding, top of mind marketing, AI to ensure deliverability, right? Are you sending out content and is it actually in my inbox? And AI for campaign creation. It's one thing to provide content on social media or send out your weekly email. It's a whole other thing to actually say, okay, here's my event. Here's how I'm going to market it from A to Z. You are going to see a QR code up on your screen. This is for you all to engage with Constant Contact. Everyone who attends my classes, you get Constant Contact for free for the next 30 days. No credit card required. All you have to do is use this QR, open up your camera, scan that QR code. I'm showing it to you guys live time. You are going to see this screen here that says marketing tools tailored to your business, and put your email in there, and that will activate a Constant Contact account so that you can actually leverage everything that we're talking about here today for free. That is on us. So please take advantage of that. Anytime you see that QR code, that's what that is for. Okay, let's dive in. How is AI being used in business today? And the short answer to that is, my friends, everywhere. Everywhere you look, artificial intelligence, you'll see it'll be powered by AI or AI this or AI that. We might not even realize it when it comes to predictive analytics, automating customer service, recruitment, HR, chatbots, fraud detection, data insights, automating repetitive tasks, financial insights, you name it. Every area of technology when it comes to running your business is going to have AI in there some way, shape, or form. How can we as business leaders start to leverage it to help us to become stronger and faster? And what are the things that are holding us back? And that's what I would love to hear from all of you today. If you would like to put it in the chat box, what is something that's holding you back? What are some of the challenges when it comes to content creation, when it comes to your branding for your business? What are some of the issues that you are dealing with? Go ahead and throw that in the chat box. We will check it out. I want to make sure that we address those. Now, we all know that being active on social media, on digital channels, in today's day and age, in 2024, going into 2025, it's absolutely imperative. So when it comes to content creation, we know that it's necessary to attract potential clients, to brand yourself as the expert in your industry, in your field, in your community. Are you a community hero, right? Are you the one that's providing value when it comes to your shop, your real estate brand, when it comes to any type of small business? Are you creating that brand awareness so that when I think of your industry, your business is the name that comes to top of mind? Creating content that's actually going to create engagement. I spent many years watching small business owners leverage companies that will create content for them and would automate content for them on social media. And back in the day, maybe 10, 15 years ago, maybe that was enough to just be on social media. But nowadays, with how competitive the market is, with how competitive industry is with social media and people vying for our attention every second, it is so important that we are creating content that is hyperlocal, that is authentic to your brand and to your business and to your community. And ultimately, that goal is to drive conversions. You agree with that? So the channels that we need to leverage, I call this the trifecta: your brand, your connections, your customers. This is how you're going to reach them: through social media, through email, and through SMS, text messaging on your phone. This is how you are going to dominate that smartphone and never be forgotten. Okay. The reality is, every professional, whether you like it or not, you are feeling pressured to run a media company or a marketing agency because of how competitive it is online, right? So how can we start to leverage tools so that we can work smarter, not harder, and we get out there and start doing what you're good at? Mike and I were just talking earlier and talking about how when we're an expert at A, why stress ourselves out to be an expert at B when we can have other tools to take care of B for us, so that we can lean in and shine in the areas that we are strong at. So here's where I'm going to start. 86% of your business is going to come from your sphere of influence. We need to start where that list lives, and that is in your email. Your database as a small business owner is everything. Now, we're going to talk about social media. We're going to talk about that far reach and how you can expand your list, but we need to understand the power of your database. And if we don't understand that, what's the point of talking about AI in order to do it, right? Now, your email marketing, this is going to be the cornerstone of your business. This is where you're going to stay top of mind with your clients, with your prospects. People do business with people they like, know, and trust, right? Email is going to allow you to build credibility with your audience. This is where you're going to be able to share helpful, useful information, and again, brand yourself as the expert in your industry, regardless of what that industry is. 61% of consumers enjoy receiving a weekly promotional email. My friends, we are all going into the holiday season, and it is a consumer's paradise, right? Where it is so often that I am receiving more and more emails, text messages from businesses alike. And we have to keep in mind, for every dollar spent for business owners on email marketing, there's a $36 return on investment. It is not expensive for you to truly lean into the most powerful marketing resource at your fingertips, which is your email database. Okay. Email is 40 times more effective than Facebook and Twitter, or X combined. That was very surprising to me, but I want you to think about this. You do not own your social media list. You don't own that. You know who owns that? The algorithms. The algorithms determine who's going to see your content. When it comes to social media, there's value in it. We're going to get there. But when we're talking about where you own your list, where you can control where people are seeing you and where they are opening and engaging with you, that is going to be in your email list. So that is why, as much as I thought I was surprised at that, when I really think about it, it's not as surprising. And the stats don't lie. 34% of consumers are more likely to buy via email, 30% text messaging, and 20% social media. Social media is saturated, right? Where I am looking on my social media and scrolling for seconds at a time on my social, versus that one-to-one, more personalized, more detailed content that I'm going to get with email. 91% of folks are checking their email daily. As a consumer, think about it. As a business owner, think about it. I check my email every day, multiple times a day. And when I go on vacation, if I go away for 10 days and when I come back home, I think, oh my goodness, I have to catch up on my email. I don't think, oh, I need to catch up on my TikTok or catch up on my Facebook. I need to catch up on my email. Why? Because that's where business gets done. 88% regularly are checking their emails on their smartphone. And it is important, my friends, to keep that in mind, because the average time spent checking an email is going to be about 9 seconds. So when we're going to think about how we're creating content, it is important to keep that in mind. Now, remember, I come from the housing market. That is my area of expertise. So I'm going to use several examples there, but you can apply it. When it comes to what makes us hesitant with leveraging AI, as we think, okay, I need to be on, creating content. I know how important it is, but Steph, I'm on this webinar because I want to learn how AI can help me. I can tell you, when I speak to real estate agents every single day, whether they're residential property or when we're talking about commercial property, what real estate agents always tell me is they fear the complexity. They fear the lack of familiarity, budget constraints, risks of errors or misinterpretations or legalities. And I can tell you that resonates true for all business owners, right? Where we fear the unknown. And I think that's really important to address that so that we can feel confidence moving forward, because I can tell you the benefits of leveraging AI, artificial intelligence, or as I like to call it, artificial learning, because robots are not human. They do not have intelligence, but they are brilliant learning machines to learn us so we can create content that is more authentic to us and our brand. You don't have time to not leverage this. Okay. AI is going to allow you to start automating content, whether it's blog posts, social media, email campaigns. It's going to allow you to edit, to optimize, to personalize. I can tell you here in Florida, we have a very, very large Spanish speaking market. If we didn't, especially different business owners, especially in South Florida, didn't leverage AI to make sure their content can be in English and in Spanish, they would very much struggle to be successful in business in Florida. So when we think about that, AI is helping us to reach a larger audience, even simply by optimizing our content to be formatted in different languages. So let's talk about some content ideas. What kind of content is going to be good content, and how can AI help us to achieve that? Number one, I want you to start creating content that is not necessarily always about your business. Buy with me, sell with me, utilize my business, this price, this special. I want you to think in business, we are relationship building, and we want to kind of follow that 80-20 rule where we're creating content that is relevant to our industry, relevant to who we serve, not just always about, I'm a salesperson and I want you to purchase from me. So share, whether it is home advice or in real estate, I always talk about maybe home decorating, things like that. So think about in your business, maybe it's a recipe of the week. Maybe it is highlighting other businesses within your local community, just highlighting things in your area that might be relevant to your reader. Use templates and content tools that will be engaging and creative so that people actually look forward. This might not be applicable in your specific business, but think about it. Have you ever thought about leveraging a newsletter, right? That is going to highlight things that are going on within your business, of course, but also maybe highlight what's going on in your community. Maybe, listen, I have a client that I work with that she literally in her newsletters highlights everything going on in the local high school. Okay. Whether it is parent-teacher conferences, testing, sporting events, anything that's going on in that local high school, she puts it on her, in this case, a real estate newsletter. That newsletter gets more engagement than that school website does. Talk about branding. So I want you to get creative. Think about what you can bring to me as the reader and to the audience, that as your audience, that would keep me engaged with you, even beyond just the business that you are, and even beyond just what you are selling or what you're providing. So this is going to be specific to estate agents. I want you to make sure what is good content. If you guys, any estate agents, I would love to hear if you are on this. I would love to, you can raise your hand, say, hey, I'm with you, Steph, I'm with you. I'd love to hear how many property folks we have here, but share your properties, whether it is a new property, whether you're advertising a just sold, whether you are sharing about a rental, any status change in your business is something that is of good quality to be sharing via newsletter or via email. Also, I want you to think in your small business, request referrals. I can tell you in the real estate business, especially in the United States, I'm sure it's the same in the UK. It's a referral based business. You want to make sure that people are actually sharing their great experience working with you to others. But in business in general, word of mouth is crucial when it comes to whatever your industry is. You want people talking about you and referring people to your business. My cousin is a hairdresser. And that's a very, very competitive industry when we're talking about health and beauty. And that is her lifeline for gaining new business. So I think it's important for all of you. You all have a free constant contact account. Create some type of template. There's plenty of there, some that are created for you inside of your constant contact account, but you can create your own. Put it in there and send it out once a quarter to your email database. Once a quarter, asking for a referral. I am telling you, it'll absolutely change your business. And just seeing how many people will start leveraging you and start referring people to your business. And then, of course, the lifeblood of every business is now reviews. This is important to start sending out via email, is asking for reviews. Listen, I don't know about you. I'm sure, Mike, you probably feel the same way. I don't even go out to a steak dinner without looking at reviews at restaurants anymore. Or when I'm traveling, I would never stay at a hotel without looking at reviews. That is, and listen, sometimes in the real estate space, that's the most biggest transaction of my life. But even something as small as when I go on Amazon to purchase something for my grandbaby, I'm looking at those reviews. First impressions are everything when it comes to growing your small business. They're oftentimes the first thing that potential clients will see when researching an agent or a business. Social proof, glowing testimonials and reviews are going to provide that proof to prospects that you are reliable, that you are effective, that you are the business that I would want to go to over the others. And SEO, that search engine optimization. Frequent reviews improve your search engine ranking. More reviews, the more credibility your business has, whether it's on Google or Yelp. In the real estate space, Zillow, Realtor.com, those are tools for those. But remember, making it a part of your strategy to ask for those reviews consistently is going to absolutely change your business. You do not want to, this is not something that you should be negotiating when it comes to your business strategy. 93% of consumers say online reviews impact their purchasing decisions. Businesses with over 40 reviews see significant increase in conversion rates. Businesses with positive reviews experience a 31% increase in website traffic. I want you to think about that, business owners. If you had 31% more traffic to your website alone, what would that do for your business? And 72% of consumers say that positive reviews make them trust a business. As a consumer, I know we can all agree to that. So make that a part of your strategy. You need to be putting this consistent content out in front of your audience regularly. Now, keep in mind, with all of this content that we're creating, whether it is lifestyle content, whether it is health and wellness, whatever it is that's relevant to your business, reviews, asking for referrals, for real estate professionals, putting out their listing properties, putting out specials that are going on, it is important that we remember that we have to keep mindful of time spans. Remember, the average time reading an email on my phone is about 9 seconds. So we want to pack a punch. Make sure your content is 25 lines of text or less. Make sure we're using buttons, using images, using clickable linked images. Why? 650% of a higher click rate is what you can expect when you are putting images that can be clicked on. Why is that? Because this is what is going to allow you to read into what your audience is interested in. Are they clicking on those properties? Are they clicking on those specials? Are they clicking on that recipe of the week? Are they clicking on that ad or that advertisement for a holiday special that you're going to be putting out there? You need to know exactly what your audience is clicking on so that you can know how to target your audience. Targeting your audience is absolutely crucial nowadays because sending out just widespread content is no longer acceptable in small business. We need to make sure that we're sending out content that is relevant. I'm going to talk more about this later, but I want to give you a quick visual. I saw this video, and I don't know, it was TikTok or Instagram or something, and it was a big, long staircase. And on that, and we'll talk like outside, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar in Philadelphia or you guys know the Rocky movie, the Rocky stairs that Rocky ran up. Those are famous. And it looked like that, those big long stairs. At the bottom of the stairs, it was a glass container. And at the top of the stairs was this big giant bin filled with ping pong balls. And in this video, they dumped out the container of the ping pong balls, and all the ping pong balls started going down the stairs. And don't you know it, not one of them went inside that glass container. They just went right over it. I want you to think about that when it comes to your marketing. Are you just blasting out marketing to everybody and anybody and not really thinking specifically about what kind of content is relevant to them? Because that's what that picture encompassed. Now, in that same video, they had somebody standing on those stairs in the next clip, and they were throwing the ping pong balls one at a time. And about 1 out of every 3 ping pong balls went inside of that glass jar. When we're targeting our content, we're going to get higher results. So keep that in the back of your mind. We're going to address that in a second. So how do we write a good email? I bet you never thought, well, goodness gracious, I'm going to learn how to write a good email today. I've been writing emails for years. This is what I want you to remember. We need to have these 3 things. A hook. What are you offering in your email? Value. What are you providing that is of value to me? And what should I do next? A call to action, a business result. What business result do you want to come from that email? Okay, couple subject line ideas. Bear with me here. I know I'm telling you a lot, probably overwhelming you, but AI is going to help us with all of this. But it's important to know what we need to have done. Subject line ideas. You need to make sure that I'm actually going to open your email, make it engaging for me. It's okay to use emojis. Use content that maybe ask a question. Do you think you're ready for this? FOMO, fear of missing out, right? There's still time, just barely. Lists. I love subject lines that have a number in it. 4 ways to improve your curb appeal or whatever it might be. I feel like, okay, I can do that. That's not too, I can read those 4 things or those 3 things. It's not going to be a long email. Humor. Be funny, right? Engage me. I'll tell you guys this. Do you want to know the email that I sent out that got the most engagement of my entire career? I kid you not. You want to know what I did? I put in the subject line, oh goodness, it was, all right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Okay, if you guys are Vanilla Ice fans out there, I'm aging myself from the 90s, Ice baby. I put, all right, stop, collaborate, and listen. Do you know how many people responded to that email and put the next lyrics to the song on it? It was hysterical. I got so much engagement because it was funny and it got people's attention and it made me stand out. So all of these things are important when we're crafting our emails, making sure that we are not ending up in spam filters. My friends, do not use words like free, guarantee. Don't write in all caps. I learned this from my teenagers when I was texting them and I wrote in all caps, and my daughter called me and she said, "Mom, are you upset with me?" I said, "No, not at all. Why?" "Oh, well, you wrote in all caps. I thought you were angry." I thought I was just excited. Using excessive punctuation. I'm an enthusiastic person. I learned that the hard way. Don't use too much. 69% of email recipients report emails as spam after reading the subject line. I am telling you all of this, and I've probably wasted about 10 minutes of your time. Why? Because all of these things are so crucial in order for you to get engagement from where the majority of your business is coming from. But my friends, no longer do we have to do all of this alone. AI can absolutely take all of this off of your plate, including targeting that audience. How can we send the right kind of content to the right people at the right time? Because 52% of people are likely to switch brands if their content is not targeted. Think about those ping pong balls. AI can help you to personalize your content, predictive analytics, optimal timing. Maybe I open my emails around 8 a.m. Maybe Mike opens his emails around 8 p.m. on average. We want to make sure we're at the top of the inbox. Content optimization, changing languages, A/B testing, which subject line is going to work better. AI can absolutely take all of this off of your plate. So maybe you're thinking, I'm not a good writer. I don't have time to send an email once a week. And I'm going to tell you guys, write that down. Once a week, same day, same time, every week, send an email to your database. It will change your business. And I know what you're thinking. I don't have the time, I don't have the interest, and I certainly don't have the expertise to be an email marketer. Well, this is where AI comes in. I have spent years coaching business owners on how to be successful on digital marketing. And now my job has shifted. I no longer have to coach agents on how, I coach them on why. And then I show them how AI can take this off of their plate. So how to craft a good email with AI. All of you have Constant Contact. I gave you that QR code. You can pull this up and follow along with me. You can go inside of your content creator, or maybe if you're not using Constant Contact, you're using ChatGPT, kind of follow along here as far as the concepts here on how this can do it. But these are examples of how you can do it right within your Constant Contact account. In this example, I'm going to use an open house for a property. All you have to do is tell AI, okay, this is what I want to accomplish. All right, I'm having an open house. This is the date. This is the time. I'm going to have some refreshments. Okay. Tell the AI. Remember, this is a learning tool. This is artificial learning. I'm creating an email. I want this to be an announcement. I want the tone to be enthusiastic because I'm an enthusiastic person. Now, keep in mind, the AI tools are also in the background going to be scrubbing my website. It's going to know my colors, my logos, my photos, my voice, what my business is all about. And because this is an artificial learning tool, it is learning everything about my small business. So it knows how to speak in my voice and to create content that is going to match my branding. All you have to do is tell the AI what you need, which we just did here, click the button, and boom. AI is going to create an entire email for you. The hook, the value, the call to action. Now, in this case, it could also create an image, but I didn't put an image in this example because for folks that are selling homes, you would want to put a picture of the property there, right? Not a photo from AI, but you can literally create any type of image. Now, here's another example. You want to create a newsletter, maybe brand yourself as a thought leader in your industry, whatever industry that might be. Then in this case, I'm going to use a property example. Okay, I want to talk about the real estate industry and how inventory is low. Interest rates, they're still high, but it is really a great time to buy or sell. I want to convince my readers of that. Okay, I'm going to create a content piece. I'm going to put it in a newsletter. I want it to be very informative. AI is going to scrub my website, get my colors, my logos, my photos. It is going to create an article that's going to speak in my voice. And all I have to do is click a button right here. I've got everything there. I'm going to read over it, and it's going to absolutely create an entire email for me. All I have to do is hit the send button. I have spent years coaching small business owners on how to do this. Click here, click there, choose this, do this template, go into Canva and do that and do this. Now, through artificial intelligence and artificial learning of who you are and what your brand is, you can accomplish all of that with the click of a button. Okay, so my challenge to you all as business owners, make that your goal for 2025. Send an email once a week. Now let's dive into social media. This is where your broadest reach is going to be. Let's dive in. How many of you are using some form of social media? I am sure everybody here is. But I want you to think about it and be honest with yourself. And you know what I think about? And here in the UK, maybe you guys can appreciate this. There was a meme on social media that was going around with the Victoria and David Beckham. Do you guys recall this? Where when they had their Netflix series and the whole meme was, be honest, Victoria, be honest. Do you guys recall that? Think about it. Anyway, that's what I always think about when I say, everyone, be honest. I think of David Beckham. So how many of you are active and consistent on social media for your business? We're all on Facebook. We might all be on Instagram. We might all be on LinkedIn. But if we're honest, we don't have a consistent plan about it. So that's where I want to dive in, because the reality is your buyers, your sellers, your customers, they're all on social media, and you should be too. This is where we need to start building clients for life. We need to start getting exposure. I want you to invest in being consistent on social media to build an online audience, to connect with other local businesses and communities. Maybe you don't have a very strong social media following, but maybe the local pub does. Maybe highlight their business. They share your business to social media because you're promoting them. They have thousands of followers, and now they're following your business. It's going to enhance your online listing opportunities, whether it's properties, whether it's specials, whether it's services. More eyes to your services, the better. And social media is going to be that large audience for you, and where you can develop that online personality and recognition. You are more than just business owners. You are people with hobbies and interests and things that make you uniquely you. You are able to showcase that on social media as a way for me to connect with you. I'm a mother. Mothers connect with other mothers. Maybe you are involved in a nonprofit or a program that's near and dear to your heart. Showcase that as a way for me to connect with you as somebody who might have similar interests or a similar passion. Remember, people do business with people they like, know, and trust. Social media is a huge way to build that like, know, and trust. Here are the 3 platforms you need to be on. Now, I know there's others, and we'll talk about it, but these are the 3 I'm going to challenge you to be on at least once a week. Content is going to be crucial for you here. Facebook, over 2 billion users on Facebook. 70% of Facebook users are logging in 6 to 10 times a day, with the average time spent between 15 and 20 minutes each visit. Instagram, this is going to be your largest tool for video and for photo. Those Instagram stories, 1 out of every 5 Instagram stories on average result in a direct message to a business. And LinkedIn, 41% of small business owners are active on LinkedIn. You've got to be there. So you might be thinking, what about TikTok? Okay, I don't know about in the UK specifically, but I can tell you that it is drastically becoming bigger in the US when it comes to creating video content. And I'm sure in the UK it is probably the same, but a lot of people have reservations about TikTok. And so here's what I'm going to tell you. If you are not comfortable being on TikTok, you don't have to be. The value is in the video. But for those of you who are business owners, it is going to be a great opportunity for you to expand your reach. There are over 150 million monthly active users in the US. In the UK, I'm sure that is growing as well, offering a vast audience for real estate and other businesses. Short form content, 83% of consumers prefer video content that is under 60 seconds. That is wild, right? Under 60 seconds. And of course, lead generation. I can give you a real estate example. Real estate agents using TikTok are reporting a 37% increase in lead generation through engaging in video content. So you can only imagine when we think about other business verticals, what that looks like, especially around the holiday season. It is really blowing up. So what kind of content is good content on social media? Hyperlocal, what's going on in your town, your area, your neighborhood. For real estate professionals, your listing status updates, just like with email. What makes your business unique? What makes your salon different from your neighbor's salon? What makes your professional services better or more specific for my needs than someone else's? Areas of interest, again, ways to brand yourself as a person that I like, know, and trust so that I want to do business with you. This is the kind of content people want to engage with, and we need to make sure that we're leveraging that short form, quick content. The goal of your social media is to grow your list. Business owners, I'll say it one more time. The goal of social media and that expansive reach is to grow your list. The money is always in the list. 86% of your business is going to come from that list. So because business owners struggle with the time, the interest, and the expertise to get it all done, this is where we need to lean into AI tools to do it for you. Utilizing AI tools is not going to just allow you to create content for email that matches your voice and your brand, but also create social media posts as well. AI tools would be able to create content that is specifically formatted for these social media platforms. On the right here, you see you have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have LinkedIn, everything right there. All you need to do is tell AI what you want to create content about. Is it about a product? Is it about a service? Is it about something going on in the community? Just tell AI exactly what you want it to say. Again, in the background, it's going to make sure that it is leveraging your brand and your brand voice and your colors and logos. And then it can actually even create images for you. Because if you think to yourself, do you ever look at other businesses and think to yourself, how on earth do they have time to create all this content? Where do they get it from? And I can tell you what business owners are leveraging now is not necessarily an entire marketing team to get the job done. Most small businesses don't have ginormous marketing teams. We're leveraging AI so that we can get out there and start doing what we do best, which is not necessarily creating content for social media. Here's a great example. Again, my real estate property examples of how AI can literally create content in seconds, right? Whether it's these property descriptions, formatted using emojis, you name it, AI can leverage all of these platforms. And then also, this is specific in Constant Contact, but in Constant Contact, there is what we call social listening, so that we actually can engage with people in our Constant Contact platform. Are people commenting? Are people sharing? Who's engaging with that content? So think about it. You just created content within seconds. You just created everything that is matching your brand and formatted to all of these different platforms. And you didn't have to go in and out of each and every platform one at a time. Okay, so questions about social media. I want to make sure I am not missing folks inside of, okay, this is good. I want to make sure that, let's see, am I missing questions? Or maybe I just don't see them. We'll get to them at the end. No problem, no problem. Okay, moving on. How can we leverage SMS? Now, I will tell you with Constant Contact, this is not something that we do in the UK right now. It is something that is going to be coming down the line. We did pilot it here in the US, and it has been going gangbusters. But I still want to express to you, especially if you're using another type of platform to help you, I want to show you the importance of leveraging SMS marketing, so that when we have it in Constant Contact, great, you'll be so excited for when we release that. But if you're using any other type of tool, the value is there. Text message marketing does start with permission. We have to remember that in businesses, we have to make sure we adhere to all of the rules and regulations. So we want to make sure that we're setting those expectations appropriately. We always want to give the availability with SMS campaigns to opt out. And we don't want to rely on area codes for sending out content, because you never know, especially if you're working internationally, of time zones. I know for me, the last thing I want in the Eastern Standard Time Zone here in Florida is to be getting a email, or an SMS notification from somebody at 5 a.m, right? So that is important. But we also want to make sure that when it comes to SMS marketing, that we're providing a great experience. So you might be asking, what is the difference between texting your customers or SMS marketing? And the answer to that is very simple. Texting is one-to-one, whereas an SMS campaign or SMS marketing is one-to-many, right? So very different than just a group chat. SMS marketing is truly sending out content to the masses when it comes to your business. But I'll talk to you here in a little bit about how AI can help to incorporate this into your fuller strategy, right? So we want to be unique. We want to bring value, be personable, be conversational, because again, you are interrupting me with a push notification, but this is where folks are going to start really engaging with you on a more as needed basis, right? So diving in, how can we create a plan for our marketing as a small business owner? And how can we leverage AI so that we can truly automate? Over 90% of your marketing can be leveraged and automated utilizing AI. Right here, I have a quote from one of my customers. I don't have a budget right now to pay someone to do my marketing, But with the help of AI, I now can do it myself. So I want you to think about your marketing strategy as what I like to call the party principle. Your social media is the big party. We talk about this a lot at Constant Contact because these three pillars are very important. And these are the three pillars that AI is going to absolutely change your business. This is the big party. Everybody and anybody is invited to the big party. Email, right? We're going further down that business funnel is the after party. Some would say is more fun, but this is where the majority of your business is going down. And then SMS, even further down that funnel, that VIP. Here's how we want to make sure that we harness the strengths of all of them with social media, with that large, broad reach, with email that's going to, again, provide that more detailed value that's more targeted. And then SMS, time sensitive. Who are the people that are engaging with that promotion that I just sent out via email? They're going to be the ones that can get a text. Does that make sense? So all of these together can be leveraged. And here is something that I want to share with you. We just won an award here at Constant Contact for the AI Marketing Platform of the Year by Inman News. And it was because of this functionality right here, which is changing the game for business owners. We can incorporate utilizing AI, not just for the email, for the text, for the social media campaign, but we can use AI to create all of it into one strategy. Let me show you how we can do this through a campaign generator. You can go into your platform, and I'm going to use an event as an example, where you can go and create marketing from A to Z to promote this event, whether you're having a grand opening, an open house, whether you're doing a special and you're promoting that campaign, whatever it might be. All right, so I'm going to run an upcoming event. We can click that. If you're just looking to do a campaign to attract new customers, build brand awareness, you can see you have plenty of examples here. But my example, I'm going to have an event because I do events a lot and I love to do that. So I'm going to describe my event. I'm just going to put it right in here. Here's my event. I'm having an open house. I'm doing this real estate summit. I am doing a promotion on XYZ. Give all the details right there, just like you were talking to your assistant. Who's your target audience? Am I targeting everybody in my base? Am I targeting just people who are engaging with my holiday specials on my newsletter? Whatever it might be, tell AI. Now we're going to select a time frame. You can do this from 1 to 12 weeks. AI is going to take that into consideration when building your online your promotion. All right, what is your category? What business fits into what you're doing, right? Is it professional services, which would be mine? Digital goods? Is it physical goods? Whatever it might be, nonprofit, social. Tell AI exactly what your business is. Are you a brick and mortar store? What is your primary source of revenue, right? Is it advertising, affiliate marketing? Go ahead and tell AI exactly what that is. Again, AI is a learning tool. It's taking all of this information into consideration. One last thing. It's asking me, any more details about this summit that I'm going to do? Oh, yep, I forgot to put the address in there, right? I'm going to give the last details. Now, AI it's going to take a few minutes because, like we always say, awesomeness takes time. And it's going to analyze your goals. It is going to create a custom timeline because we're not the marketing professionals, but guess what? We're going to allow the robots, quote unquote, to be the marketing professionals for us because we know that if we're promoting something 3 weeks in advance versus 2 months in advance, we're going to have a different cadence of when that marketing goes out. And it's going to create the campaign, finalize those details, and boom, within a few minutes, really, it's really kind of more getting down to seconds now. It's going to create my landing page, my event announcement, my social media blast, my reminders, my social media countdown. It's going to do my post-event follow-up. You know who's really bad about follow-up? Business owners. If we don't automate it, man, is it hard to do so. I can tell you estate professionals, really, really bad about follow-up. It's going to create an SMS campaign if I have that in my platform, which UK is coming soon. And it is going to create the trifecta that we are looking for in a snap. I want you to think about this, business owners. Here's my shampoo that I use, okay? In a snap, a campaign has been created. My shampoo company is going to create and build their brand with me on social media, giving me awareness of this product. Now, I'm also going to be in the news, in your news feed, in your inbox, right? Establishing the norm, giving me more detailed information, maybe giving me promotional coupons or whatever it might be. And then through SMS, it promotes the now, right? Maybe there's a special today. Maybe there is a Black Friday deal. Are you guys familiar with Black Friday here in the States? Black Friday is day after Thanksgiving, and everybody goes crazy and they go shopping, and people fight in lines for toys and things like that. So whatever it might be, SMS is going to promote the now. But do you guys see how this trifecta, how in 20 years ago, or even 5 years ago, we were struggling to make sure that we even had the time and the know-how to just even be on social. Now, when we think about how we have to be all things to all people and be in all these different places, how are we going to leverage all of that? Well, thank goodness that we are in a time that never before has marketing been easier for the business owner, because so much of it has now been taken off of our plate. AI is going to learn you, learn your brand, right? Is going to inspire your subscribers to engage with you. Again, here's a real estate example where we're promoting the brand. We're getting people to engage with more detailed information. We're getting them to act with more timely information, and you don't have to create any of it. So I want to really inspire you guys to not only to start somewhere. I want to challenge you, write an email once a week, create that AI template, use that AI template, put that information in there. You can go online and find some prompts that are specific to your business. Maybe even put in ChatGPT. Give me a few ideas of prompts for a marketing email for whatever business it is. ChatGPT can give you 5, 10 different prompts. Put it in your constant contact. Watch it create an entire platform for you. Once a week. Social media. I want your goal to be 3 times a week, but let's start with 1 time a week on those 3 platforms: Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And if you have some type of functionality with SMS campaigns, start to incorporate that. And of course, we at Constant Contact will make sure you guys are the first to know as soon as we launch SMS in the UK. But remember, in a world where AI is crucial, because again, we don't have the time to do all of this. But remember, authenticity still reigns supreme. But the good news is today in 2024, going into 2025, you can have both. You still power your brand. You are the EI, the emotional intelligence behind the AI, right? Allow AI to help you build trust and credibility, showcase your personality, your tone, increase engagement and loyalty by consistent content automation, maintain that brand integrity, and set yourself apart. Again, working smarter, not harder, is what AI is going to allow you to do at its very simplest form. Target your audience, allow AI to know who's going to be more likely to engage with your content and at what time, and making sure that we are staying top of mind to take our business to that next level. So here, guys, I'm going to go ahead and open up the floor to questions. The QR code will remain on that screen. Utilize Constant Contact. Try it out. Try out the AI magic for yourself. Watch it create a campaign for you in seconds. And that is our gift to you. And we're here to answer any questions. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you so much, Stephanie. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm absolutely exhausted. It's fantastic. The amount of information, ideas, and insight that you've just presented has been remarkable. Now, we've got about 5 to 8 minutes left of the planned session, so I'm going to rattle through some questions that we've had in as quickly as possible, and apologies to anybody who's submitted a question that we can't cover, but I think you will all agree it is much better listening to Stephanie, and some of the questions have been addressed as we went along. So anyway, the first one, question from Jack: what types of content can artificial intelligence help people to create most effectively?
Great question. And a lot of what we did talk about, but really the answer is it is limitless. As not only can it create content for you for email, social media, and specific to each social media channel and SMS, But again, it can create content that's hyper local, that's really specific to your town or your area or your neighborhood. It can create content that is relevant to your industry. You name it, sky's the limit. When we think about all the information that is out there in the internet, AI can truly leverage all of that while also pulling from your brand and your voice. So the answer to that is limitless and on all of the major channels for digital marketing. Great question, Jack. Thank you.
Thank you. A question now from Mustafa. How much time and effort is required to get started with AI tools?
Okay, even better. You want to know why? Because it doesn't take much time at all. Here's what I want you guys to do if you want to start getting leveraging our Constant Contact program. Scan the QR code, put your email in, and then go and really walk through how you can. AI is throughout the entire platform. It'll walk you through. Okay, here's how you can utilize it for email, for social. But then there's also other tools that you can use, like ChatGPT or Bard, where it can be a great tool to help you to get some prompts. But honestly, the answer is within seconds. It is just like speaking to your own personal assistant, and it takes really a matter of seconds to create an email, to create a social post. When it comes to a campaign, maybe 2 minutes, but you can get started right away, which is why we always give away our platform so that you can see the power and the speed and how it really will help you for free from us. Thank you.
Thank you. And from Francis, who's asking, how does he ensure that AI generated content aligns with their brand voice and resonates with the target audience?
Great. And I talk a lot about this question in particular. Your brand voice is very, very important. And what's important to remember when it comes to AI is, again, it's, even though we coin it as artificial intelligence, it's a learning tool. It is only going to pull from the information you give it when it comes to what you want it to create for you. And then what you want to do is allow AI to be able to scrub from your URL, to be able to scrub from your pages, so it understands your brand and your voice. So I always recommend within Constant Contact that you attach your website URL to your content creator so that it can make sure that everything stays in alignment, not only with your brand voice, but also with colors and logos and things like that. And then also remember that nothing replaces the human being. So I always say, as business owners, you are the CEO of your business. Anything and everything that AI creates for you, I always recommend that you would review it. If there's anything that doesn't sound right or doesn't feel right to you, you should always edit that. But what AI is going to do is give you an amazing foundation. I can tell you, I use AI every day for everything I do, and I rarely have to change it, because the more you use it, the more it even understands who you are. I use AI when I create content because I teach, right? So I will say, okay, I want to create a class. I'm creating a class right now called Local Heroes, about how to brand yourself as a community expert in particular. And I use AI when I want to find out stats about this or that, or if I'm like, hey, I really want to teach about this subject, give me some bullet points, and the AI will give me these bullet points, and it allows me to expand on it from my own expertise. So what I want to say is just remember, it learns who you are, and over time using it, man, it's almost creepy. That's why I call it magic, because sometimes I'm like, whoa, I didn't even know it knew that about my business, right? But over time, it really does analyze everything that you're doing online to really be able to match who you are and what your message is. You're gonna be blown away by how this changes things for you in such a great way.
Thanks, Stephanie. One more from James. What are the costs involved, and is investing in artificial intelligence content creation cost effective for a small business?
Absolutely. The most wonderful thing about AI, if I had to pick out of everything that it's going to do as far as the outcome from your business, is it does not cost much at all to leverage the most powerful tool you have at your fingertips. Now, within Constant Contact, I can speak to that specifically. Our AI tools are woven throughout it, throughout the entire platform. You have all of AI power right at your fingertips. And Constant Contact starts at $12 a month. So based on your list size. Now, speaking of list size, we have tools, and this is kind of answering two questions at once, that are going to help you build your list. As a small business owner, there's tools within Constant Contact to really help you to get more followers, to get more subscribers. So there's going to be a lot of things like forms and surveys and things like that that'll really help you to leverage social media to grow your list. But as you are starting out, think about this. If you have under 500 people in your email database, you're not going to pay as much than somebody who has 5,000 folks in their database, right? So our pricing scale specifically is based on how many people are in your list, and the AI tools come in the platform. You can utilize ChatGPT's free version. You can get the paid version, which I believe, because I use the paid version for things, maybe $30 a month, something like that. But the answer to your question is, as a small business, you have so many other things to pay for, and AI is going to be very low on that list of things that are financially going to be a struggle. Very, very inexpensive.
Brilliant. Thank you. And we're right up to time. So sorry to everybody who's submitted questions. I have written them all. You can't see this piece of paper. I've written them all down. There's lots of questions, most of which, to be fair, have been addressed. But just quickly to say, Jenny has said she's with you. She's on board. James has signed into your offer 30 minutes into your presentation.
Oh, welcome. Thank you.
Tracy's already looking for you on LinkedIn and Facebook.
Yay!
And, I think one thing that I will definitely take away from this is I'm going to stop calling it artificial intelligence and call it artificial learning. I think that's far better.
I know. Isn't that the truth, Mike? I want to call it AL, right? Because intelligence seems scary, right? It seems like it knows beyond the human knows, and it doesn't, right?
Putting us back in control, isn't it? So we are slightly over time. This is very, very naughty, and it's useless hosting from me. But one final question, Stephanie. If you could give just one piece of advice for our small business owners who are on this call today, what would that be?
Absolutely. Not even a question. Send an email once a week. Send an email once a week. Don't skip it. Pick a day. Wednesday, 9 a.m. every single week. I'm going to have an email go out to my base. I want you to start there. I'm going to give you one more bonus. From there, make it a goal to be on social media 2 to 3 times per week. But if you take nothing from me today, do it. Make your email, your once a week email, a goal. Help utilize AI to help you to achieve that goal. But if I'm going to pick the very foundational thing, guys, it is going to be just do it. Make that your goal for 2025.
Thank you very much. We're 2 minutes over, so apologies, but to hell with it. The content has been absolutely fantastic. I'm sure everyone will have benefited from it. Apologies again to those whose questions we haven't been able to address. But with that, our time's up. So thank you very much to all of you who've turned up, especially to those of you who've submitted questions. Hopefully we've addressed most of them. For all of you who've registered for the event today, remember you can watch this back again on demand, and there's so much content there you're probably going to need to. And if you enjoyed the event, please do leave the Federation of Small Business a Trustpilot review. We really do appreciate it, and perhaps even more importantly, it encourages more small businesses to get involved in these in the future and get benefit from sessions just like this. Massive thank you, Stephanie. Absolutely
thank
amazing.
You. And I appreciate you for having me. Thank you all.
Thank you everyone for joining, and thank you for the special offer as well. So you've got a few seconds left, folk, before we sign off to use that QR code, claim your 30-day trial, and start becoming a better marketer. Good luck to all of you, and thank you all, and goodbye.
Thank you all. Bye-bye.